Okay, hello, welcome, VOD viewers or live viewers, welcome. Hard time to stream, indeed. I do have a bit of a small little break, so wanted to do some Kafka stuff. Double check. Let me double check. Yo. Hello. A very casual stream. Very casual surprise stream. Because I'm trying to pick up my stream schedule again. I already finished polling. Oh, I think the thumbnail is wrong, but I already finished polling. You can see Kafka is already E6. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it so hard. Well, today we're gonna finish, well, ideally we're gonna do some more farming. This is not the right. Oh, give me 1 second. Someone's calling me. Okay, alright, back. So, this is World 3, right? Is it supposed to... Yeah, it is. Perfect. Okay. What I was saying is that today, we're gonna keep farming stuff for Kafka, but also, there's a lot of talks about Jing Yuan. I woke up this morning, and I opened up Reddit, and because I visit Honkai Star Rail subreddit and all that stuff, the algorithm knows to push me some Honkai Rail stuff, right? And I think the first thing I saw was Mid Yuan got power creep. Like, goddamn. I'm trying to figure out what is going on with this Jing Yuan slander, and why is people so committed to it? Why are people so committed? I mean, there's also the Jing Yuan mains. I thought it was over, but yeah, apparently it's still going on, especially now with Kafka released. You regret pulling him? Well, did you pull him because you wanted a meta unit? Or did you pull him because... Wait, can you both just come closer? There you go. Alright, caught both. And did you pull him because you wanted a meta unit, or did you pull him because you liked his design? Most pulled him because it was hot AF. That's what I thought, right? That's what I thought. I thought he was like... For basically two units that were at the beginning of the game, Seili and Jing Yuan. Both were... Wait, I thought I chose... Hold on. I thought I chose Nihility Path. Why are these all non-Nihility Paths? Do you have Seilei? If you have Seilei, Fushan is a very good pickup. Blade, Locha, Tingyun, Kafka is a very good team. Okay, for those of you that are a bit regretful of Jing Yuan, did you grab his signature cone? Did you grab his signature cone? For those of you in chat that are kind of regretting the choices. Hi, hello, Kimoji-kun. Good to see you. You have his cone. Right, so Jing Yuan's cone is really strong. I don't think there's any doubt about how strong his cone is, especially for him. It's broken, right? So I think a lot of people don't have his cone, and that's why it's a bit tough. Whereas Kafka, for example, you just put a good night, sleep tight, then it's okay. I'm very curious. When you guys are asking, should I pull this, should I pull that, are you looking to get a better score on Memory Chaos? Like, what motivates you to pulling? Looks. I only pull waifus. So if it's just how the character looks, then it shouldn't matter, no? Right? If it's waifu, then it should not matter. If Jing Yuan is your waifu, then who cares if he clears Memory Chaos in 3 or 4 turns? Right? If it's 2 cycles longer than Kafka, then does it really matter? Yeah, Jing Yuan lose way too much damage by not having his cone. I mean, once we get enough people, we'll talk about it, because I think this Jing Yuan thing is quite spicy. And I was there from the very beginning, okay? I was there from the very beginning because I played the closed beta, right? I played closed beta 2 and closed beta 3. So I played the closed beta, and I remember when Jing Yuan in the closed beta, mind you, this was also because when we played the closed beta, we really only had Seilei for a very long time. Okay, we had Seilei for very, very long time. I can't even remember how long. And then Jing Yuan's banner dropped, and holy moly, he was broken. Because Seilei was built kind of as a solo target unit, right? And then Jing Yuan came out, and it was like, damn, that boy can do both. He can do single target and he can do AoE. So it all kind of stemmed from this notion of Jing Yuan being so damn strong from CBT, and people were like, guys, Jing Yuan is way too good. We need to save and skip Seilei. That was, I think, kind of the oh my god, I keep getting ambushed. That was kind of the initial part of it. And the sad part, I think, is that a lot of people, they basically just pulled and pulled Jing Yuan by skipping Seilei, right? But the end result is that Seilei is just way too good. Like, Seilei is way too strong. Seilei is absolutely broken to the point that the resurgence mechanic with how it works, the reason why it's really broken is because if you use the skills properly, right, with Seilei, let's say it's your turn. You use E. Before your E, you go into Resurgence, right? Sorry, you use your E, and before you end your turn, you use your ult, if you have it. Then, when you get double Resurgence, they don't count as 2 turns. They just count as 1. So basically, you get 4 turns of buffs, 4 turns of attacks that only consumes 1 turn of buff. I think partly is a bit about how he was really hyped. I do agree with that. Everyone, myself included, was very hyped about Jing Yuan was super hyped. And then, does he live up to the hype? Well, that's debatable. Right? I think a lot of people thought, from the stuff that was said about Jing Yuan, you know, maybe he didn't live up to the hype. So, what makes a unit good? If a unit can 0 cycle, does that mean the unit is good? If a unit can 0 cycle memory chaos 10, does that mean he is good? How cheap can it to 0 cycle? Okay, well, we got someone here. We can take a look. Someone here did. Let me. This is someone 0 cycle memory chaos 10 with Jing Yuan, right? With only 4-star supports. So if Jing Yuan can do it with just 4 stars, he surely is good, no? We can take a look at his build too. That is Jing Yuan with his Lycon, I believe. Okay, here comes the Jing Yuan build. So 2-piece. Max traces except defense. His cone at S1. His stats. Zero speed. Okay, those are some insane stats. Those are some crazy attack. Is it lightning orb? If it is, those are some really good stats, I think. Oh, but 0 speed. So he just uses support to push. Which is fine, to be honest. So if Jing Yuan can do this, right, with 4-star supports and free-to-play Lycon, does that make him good? A link here. See, that's my... Yeah, Ting helps him a lot. But that's my take, because I was like that too, alright? I was like that too. for those of you that were here previously, do you guys remember? I almost skipped Kafka. Well, not skip, but I almost went to E0 Kafka. Maybe not even grab her cone, so that I could E6 Dang Hung, because Dang Hung had a music video, which was really cool, but mind you, and and his quote unquote skills were just, they look busted, right? How much investment makes a difference? Everybody was saying Kafka is mid. So I released a Kafka video as well. My issue with Kafka was that I thought you had to build a dot focus team instead of being able to run her as a solo hyper carry. But well, we see now Kafka can solo hyper carry no problem. Kafka is way easier to... Okay, the reason why Kafka is way easier to build is because you only need to look for one substat. Let me tell you why Kafka is so easy to build, alright? I think a lot of people don't realize this. The reason why Kafka is so easy to build is because all you need is speed on her gear. Right? All you need is speed, because attack percentage, you have a chest piece that already gives you attack percentage, so you cannot roll attack percentage on chest. You have a attack rope, right? So you cannot roll attack percentage on that. Some people even run attack boots if they roll enough speed on the substats. So Kafka is really, really easy to build. In comparison, the other hyper carries, you need to get attack, you need to get speed a tiny bit, especially Jing Yuan needs to hit 141, which is really tough, right? You have to hit a 141 speed threshold to hit that 2-turn before, just himself without Bronya, before Lightning Lord, and you have to look for crit, and you have to look for crit damage. It's very, very difficult to find gear that has it all. That's really difficult. That's why I think a lot of people don't account the fact that if you have Kafka, getting her gear is going to be very straightforward in comparison. HoYoverse did him so dirty. Okay. Yeah, so now then the argument becomes, because previously we were talking about if you can zero cycle, then you're a good unit, right? Jing Yuan already does that. But now the argument shifts to you need a very high investment for Jing Yuan to do that. Okay, but don't you want to invest in your waifus anyways? Don't you want to invest in your favorite units regardless? You've seen Kafka zero cycle with no relics. Yes. Kafka with no relics is okay because it's dot damage, right? So she has a lot of attacks and her dot skills way better with her traces and stuff. But the thing is other units, like we played Sele on stream because I did a naked Kafka run. No problem. And then we did a naked Sele. My Sele is E6 S5. My Kafka is E6 S1. Right? We did a comparison. Sele cannot, but Sele also scales much stronger with relics. No, I did not invest. I did not get Jing Yuan E6. I did not. The thing is, if it were me, okay, if Jing Yuan, you know how version 1.2 we had that music video, right? The music thing. I forgot what it's called, the Dang Hung scene. And then that fight when Fantalia with Jing Yuan, honestly, if that portion was released and then we had a Jing Yuan banner, I would E6 him. I would E6 him. For sure. Because I think Jing Yuan, his performance in version 1.2, the story, he's so damn amazing. He was really cool. Especially the new voice lines, okay? It really made it feel like you're fighting this crazy boss, right? Fantalia, who is one of the like the big bosses under I forget the final boss's name. There's like a few of them. And then Jing Yuan put so much work, even though he's lazy, but he actually put in so much work getting everyone together so that we're at this point where we're fighting the final boss with Dang Han's IL form, and pretty much everyone's like in their best top tier form, right? And then there's this huge mommy with a fan beating you down, but he's there kind of giving that huge morale boost. That's why I think Jing Yuan, if he had this story and then his banner, the sales for him would be I cannot even imagine what it'd be like. But okay, I digress. What I wanted to do in this stream was kind of go over a general timeline of what happened, right? What happened? I even made a thumbnail for it. Let me show you guys the thumbnail. Because I really think Jing Yuan deserves some love. Here's the thumbnail. I asked my editor to make a thumbnail for this. I think it's just pretty damn good. Very creative. It's so good, yeah. Oh, I really liked it. Yeah, I really liked it. It should have been B. No. In this, okay, this title is to bait the Jing Yuan haters in, and then I will tell him that it's okay. I will tell him that it is okay. I'm gonna explain why it's okay. Jing Yuan's an okay unit 100%. So I'm trying to... And also there's this CN Memory Chaos level 10 clear sheet. Look at... I'm trying to understand how this stat came about. You know, how is Jing Yuan 93.9%? What happened here? So if anyone has the sources, that'd be great. Actually, I can probably try to look it up. Let me see. What's this? Oh, it's an app. This is an app. Okay. Well. CM bros are coping so hard. Well, I really think... Okay. I know that when Jing Yuan came out, people were like, God damn. I remember that. Let me see. I remember looking it up. Because I was like... And then this was the search results. Wait. Let me see. I can't find it anymore. But I remember people are not happy. But you can't see them now. It's because no cap. People call them AOE Sele. Okay, so the timeline. Okay, this is the timeline. Let me find. Where's my notepad? We're trying to get the timeline down so we can make the video, right? I really think he definitely deserves a bit more credit. So at the very beginning, we had the CBT saying, "Oh my God, Jing Yuan's OP, the second coming of Jesus, AOE Sele." I do find that hilarious. And then people were saying, "Oh, skip Sele, right? Skip Sele. Go for Jing Yuan. Skip Sele. He's everything you need. Can do single target and AOE. Like he has it all." And then bam, Jing Yuan dropped. Drops. I remember top-up system crashed. And the sales were insane. The sales were insane. Like, they made so much money for Jing Yuan. And then, reality kicks in. Boom. Performance question mark? All of a sudden, all of the people already have built Sele, right? So they're comparing Jing Yuan to their built Sele. And it's just not doing that great. Not doing that great. So then regret. Knee-jerk, I would say. It's a very knee-jerk reaction. In the sense that they didn't really try to think about how he could be played. It was more just, well, he doesn't live up to the hype. I think that was one of the problem. And after that, we have Jing Yuan mains that try to establish themselves via the world, basically. Right? Versus the world. And we have the recent Kafka performance, because it's another lightning unit. And also we need to touch on the topic that Jing Yuan's cone, massive. Oh yeah, and blade. Blade is disgusting. Blade is disgusting. So this is pretty much the timeline. And then buffs. What I would do. It's mostly LL stuff. Okay. So we need to... I need to load up There's this one really well made where's the someone made a really cool move text. No, I'm not gonna have the text present. I'll not have the text present when I'm doing this video. Like, this was hella cool. One second, let me pause the music. This was really cool. Oh, jeez, that's loud. This fight... If Jing Yuan Banner was here right now, I would E6 him. If Jing Yuan Banner was here right now, I would freaking E6 him. Like, him doing all this was so damn cool. Yeah, okay, anyhow, let's pause this. Let's pause this. Let's pause this. Okay. Well, I think we have enough information. I really want to take a deeper dive into this. Of course, it will be recorded and posted on YouTube, so you guys can also chime in chat, right? And I'll post this guy's video too, because he cleared the Memory of Chaos 0 cycle. This is with E0 Jing Yuan and 4-star supports. Well, why did he put his Jing Yuan at last? Okay, this is E0 Jing Yuan. Fine, alright, cool. Yes, I agree, so Carl. Jing Yuan does, because of how LL works, okay? Because of how LL works, it actually, we thought that Dot was bad, right? Because Dot needs the enemy to take their turn for them to basically get the damage. But Jing Yuan's LL is even worse in that aspect. Because right now, you're giving speed boost to the Lightning Lord. You're not giving action bar boost. Which is one of the buffs I hope he will get. If instead of raising speed, it pushes a percentage, 10% for each stack, so 100% is 100% push, right? And every time you give a stack, it pushes. I think that will be much better. But we can talk about it at the end of this video. But I really want to make this, because I have my Jing Yuan. I do have my Jing Yuan right here. He was my second. He was the one that carried to Mach 10. All right, he actually carried me to Mach 10. I think I stripped him though. Yeah, I stripped him. You know what's crazy? If we look at the stats, okay? If we look at the stats of the guy that did E0 Mach 10, here, this guy. If we look at our stats, this guy has pretty much my crit rate, but 70 more crit damage. It's kind of crazy. So this Jing Yuan's really jacked. This Jing Yuan's really jacked. The guy in the video. But okay, well, let's talk about it. We'll do chronological order. We will do chronological order. And then we can bring up Pride Wins. Oh, this is so... I think this pissed a lot of people off. This pissed a lot of people off. Imagine if the one target said S, it would just be ass. ASS. If Jing Yuan's single target was an S rating, it would just be ass. Is anyone ass here? No. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Okay. Grab a sip of water. You guys can say hi to the YouTube people. Am I still playing Baldur's Gate? I'm 70 hours in. I am still playing Baldur's Gate, yes. That's why I haven't been streaming or creating YouTube content much, is because I've been playing Baldur's Gate. Alright, let's talk about this. Time to make this Jing Yuan video. Put some music in the background. Where's yeah, that guy was running attack boots on the 0 cycle clear. My Jing Yuan is not geared properly. I'll tell you that. All right, here we go. Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. Well, here we are. You probably click on this video because you're either here to defend Jing Yuan, or you're here to step on him even further. Well, I just want to provide a story of how this Jing Yuan drama came about, because I was there for CBT 2, CBT 3, and I think Jing Yuan definitely deserves some love, and I'll try to clear up some of the information around Jing Yuan and why he is not seemingly strong in comparison to the stuff that's being released lately. Okay, first of all, I just want to say, regardless of how you play, you should be playing because you like the character, whether or not it's for meta or for waifu or for husbando purposes. And if you worry that Jing Yuan cannot 0 cycle clear, he can. Alright, on the Jing Yuan main subreddit, Jing Yuan can 0 cycle clear at E0 S1 with only 4-star. Doesn't even need Bronya. But with that said, this is some crazy Jing Yuan stats. 70% crit, 174% crit damage. Running attack boots, hitting that 3.5k attack. And running attack boots for going speed so that the support Asta, Ting Yun, as well as I think who's the third one? Yukong can fully support him, allowing him and enabling him to do what he does. Alright, I did pull for Jing Yuan when he came out, and before we dive deeper into the current situation, let's go all the way back. Alright, story time with Papa Tim. Story time with Papa Tim. Let's go all the way back to the CBT closed beta days. So back then, during the closed beta, we did have a Jing Yuan's banner, right? And of course, in the closed beta, we only access to Seele, then Jing Yuan. And Jing Yuan's CBT performance was incredible. Like, he was so damn good. Alright, people called him the AoE Seele, which of course we know it's not not possible right now. Imagine Seele but AoE. It's not possible at the current moment. That would require so much power creep. But he was heralded as the second coming of the CN Lord, right? Because of course his background story is really cool. He's a very chill guy, but he's a general, and all of the promotion around him with the short animation, all of that stuff that came out later, basically cemented him as a very interesting and awesome character. Now the problem with that is because of how strong, or how people perceived him to be, right? There was starting to have a notion of skipping Seele for Jing Yuan. Now that's where we went downhill. It all started from there. There was a very strong sentiment in saying that Jing Yuan is so meta that if you pull him, he's going to be very difficult to get power crept, and all you have to do is pull a Jing Yuan and you're good for single target and AoE. And people were skipping Seele for it. Okay, so fast forward to the release of the game. Of course, a lot of people did just pull Seele for waifu purposes, and so I did as well, of course. And Sele's performance was incredible. She was really, really, really good. And people were like, oh my god, if Seele is this good, does that mean Jing Yuan is going to be even better? How? AoE Seele? Imagine 3 Seles. I cannot imagine. So people were really, really waiting for Jing Yuan. And because of the CN bros favor their CN generals, right? It's, of course, cultural, very acceptable. So they decided to obviously all wait. And boom, Jing Yuan banner drops. The payment system broke down. Jing Yuan was so massive that the top-up system for Honkai Star Rail broke in CN. It never ever happened across any other gacha games that I can remember in recent history for CN, but did happen for Honkai Star Rail. Jing Yuan broke the top-up system. Okay? However, amidst all of the cheers and happiness that Jing Yuan has brought to the CN community, suddenly all the biggest content creators have started posting their test results for Jing Yuan. And let me tell you, it was not that pretty. Okay, they thought Jing Yuan was going to outdamage Seele. It was basically double or even triple his damage performance. But unfortunately, it does not even come close at the time of his release. Now, I have to play both sides because I think a lot of people only see one side. But the other side is, when they pulled Jing Yuan and then started comparing her to him to Seele, they're comparing to a Seele that already had weeks of basically gear farming to build Seele, right? Seele has a very strong relic set. The quantum set is one of the best in the game. It's got quantum damage increase, so DI is always fantastic, and then a 20% damage pen on quantum weak. So Seele, coupled with the memory chaos buff at that time, if you guys remember, hunts, the character get an extra turn. Alright? The character got an extra turn. And for Seele, that was crazy because you can now basically attack, trigger resurgence, ult, trigger resurgence, get an extra turn for in memory chaos, attack, trigger resurgence, and if your ult is back up, trigger another resurgence. 8 turns. 8 turns in one cycle. Seele blew everyone out of the park. And Jing Yuan, because most of his damage is tied to the Lightning Lord, did not benefit that much. The extra turn basically only gave him 2 extra stacks of Lightning Lord, right? Which was, in comparison of 4 potential extra turns, well, I mean, it's very, very obvious which was better. So after that Memory of Chaos performance and the comparison between Seele, people are like, oh my god, we done goofed. And I think a lot of it stems from meta players that are chasing the meta. And I don't deny, I was also one of them, right? For those of you that tune into my early stream, I almost skipped Kafka E6 and went for Danghang E6 because I was like, Danghang seems just to be so much stronger, and can I play Kafka as a solo dot damage over time dealer? Can I skip building Sample and Luca because I don't have the resources to? But I went E6 for the naked Kafka, and she does insane amounts of damage, more than my E6 Seele right now, more than my E6 Seele. So a lot of the people that skip Seele for Jing Yuan for husbandal purposes, they were totally fine, and they probably became the Jing Yuan mains, right? But a lot of people that skip because they thought Jing Yuan was going to be a lot more meta were now very regretful of their choices. Okay, and also one thing, if we take a look, one problem with Jing Yuan right off the bat is the amount of investment you need. Not only do you have to farm for gear, you actually have to have this Lycon. I'll just remove chat just so you can see the effect, because this is absurd. A lot of the people that are free to play, once you reached Jing Yuan's banner, right, you probably, unless you're very lucky, okay, you probably did not have the resources to pull both the Jing Yuan, let alone idle on him, and then also get Jing Yuan's Lycon. But Jing Yuan's Lycon, in comparison to any other unit's Lycon, gave Jing Yuan way too much. The amount of boost this provides Jing Yuan, let's just take a look at E1, alright? This is a crit damage buff of 36%. This is already really, really good. And then increase the wearer's skill and ultimate damage by 80%. So this is 80% DI plus a 36% crit damage. If it stopped there, it would have already been a fairly decent Lycon, but it doesn't stop there. When the wearer uses their skill or ultimate, they gain Summonus Corpus, and this triggers off of LL, giving him another 48%. Okay, so this combined together is a 66 DI plus a 36 crit damage. If we look at Kafka's cone, Kafka gives a 24% DI compared to the here 66, right? This is really crazy. And Kafka gets a speed buff, which is arguably worse than a 36% crit damage. I'd rather have like a stacking attack buff. And then there's a dot applied. So Jing Yuan's Lycon, the amount of stats and boost it gives to Jing Yuan meant that if you didn't have Jing Yuan with his Lycon, your Jing Yuan is going to be losing out a lot of his performances. And that further kind of added more people to jump from the Jing Yuan main comp into the Jing Yuan regret side of the team. Okay, so now you're left with the Jing Yuan mains against the entire world. So we've got the Jing Yuan main subreddit, which is alive and well. I'm in there a lot. And they're trying their best to make Jing Yuan work. And Jing Yuan does work. We've seen E0S1 Jing Yuan Memory Chaos Zero Cycle. We've seen so many things that Jing Yuan can actually do. But I think what then triggered the Jing Yuan mains was with the release of Blade and Kafka. Blade and Kafka were so damn strong. Blade basically self-sustains and outputs insane damage, whereas Kafka, it just completely destroys. Like, Kafka is honestly broken, okay? But let me break it down to you why that's the case. It's starting off with Kafka. I'm a Kafka lover. I am a Kafka lover. And the reason why I think Kafka, on paper, at the very first beginning, is going to look so much damn better on Jing Yuan is because how easy it is to build her. Now, if you look at Jing Yuan, you need 4 stats for him. Speed, because you need 141 speed for Jing Yuan to hit that 2-turn before Lightning Lord moves. If you're not having any other buffers like Asta or Bronia push, right? It's just having Jing Yuan by themselves. And 144 is very, very difficult to hit. You need very high speed rolls on most of the gears. You need speed boots, so you're missing out on attack. And it's just a very difficult stat to hit. And on top of that, you have to have crit rate and crit damage. And of course, attack. So this makes him so damn hard to maximize in terms of the potential, right? You have to have essentially 4 offensive stats. 4 offensive stats: speed, attack, crit damage, and crit rate. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I farmed non-stop. And even my Seele, who is, I think, really, really beefed up, right? 3.1k attack, 71% crit rate, and a 228% crit damage. I don't have every single gear that has attack percentage, speed, and crit rate and crit damage. It's just very difficult to get. So to reach Jing Yuan's stats, right, for him to 0 cycle Memory Chaos, you're going to need a very beefed up Jing Yuan. And we can see here, the amount of stat requirement you're going to need to get this is really crazy. This is the 0 cycle, right? He went attack boots, just getting speed from Asta. Whereas in comparison, if you look at Kafka, oh my god, Kafka, all you need is speed, really, right? Speed and attack percentage. But even for attack percentage, if you look at the gears, your chest is already attack percentage, so the substat cannot roll attack percentage. Your rope is going to be attack percentage, so you cannot roll attack percentage. Your boot is going to be speed, right? And your orb, you're going to run the lightning, which is the same as Jing Yuan. But you have 2 extra pieces that you already have the ideal, if you count speed as well, you already have the ideal substats, so that you no longer have to roll any of that, because it's already a main stat, right? So you cannot roll it as a substat. So that's why, for those of you that pulled Kafka already, you basically just need to slap on some leftover gear. Like I put Sele's leftover gear that I was farming and received when I was farming for Sele, and she does 100 to 150,000 damage every time it's her turn, right? It's absolutely bonkers. And she doesn't even have the inner 2 pieces as a set, but because she can just take those leftover gear that has like good substats, for example 20% attack, that's all she needs. 4 speed with some attack sounds good to me. Speed boots with some HP resist. Look how ugly this boots is, but it's completely fine. It's so easy to build Kafka, and by an extent Blade. Instead of slapping attack like Kafka, just slap HP, right? And you get a Blade that is tanky. And Blade, even if he gets resisted, crowd controlled, it's okay. Whereas for Jing Yuan, the biggest problem is he gets crowd controlled, and all of a sudden his Lightning Lord is like, nope, see you next time, and he wastes a full cycle. That's one of the biggest problems. You waste a full cycle. It's really not ideal. Okay? And the other part is, I really don't think LL should be affected, because if you look at Jing Yuan in the story, like he was under full CC, under full CC by Fantilia, right? This Jing Yuan could not even move, but freaking Lightning Lord strikes Fantilia in the back, and Jing Yuan's stuck. So why is this not canon? Like, we should have the Lightning Lord not be affected by Jing Yuan's CC. Even if freaking Jing Yuan dies, Lightning Lord should be able to be there and still keep attacking. Okay, no. But what I mean by that is, I don't think Jing Yuan should be counted. The CC should be part of the part of the CC. Well, this video has dragged on for way too long, okay? To summarize, I really just wanted to make this video to make sure people understand why Jing Yuan is a lot more difficult to build in comparison to the other units that have been released. Right? Just because he's so stat hungry. But honestly, I think Jing Yuan, his potential is huge. Because as we've seen from Sele, who scales much better, right? Because we took a Kafka, naked Kafka, no gear, to Memory Chaos 10 and cleared it. We took a naked E6 S5 Sele to Memory Chaos, couldn't even clear the first wave. We know that these units scale much better with stats, and it honestly just takes time for people to hit that 141 speed with good crit rate and crit damage, and Jing Yuan will output insane amounts of damage. Okay? So for the Jing Yuan lovers, do not give up. Honestly, it's a single player game. Like, who cares if you clear Memory Chaos 1 or 2 cycles faster? It's not like we have a little freaking leadership board or a town hall meeting every day and saying that, oh my god, Jing Yuan is 2 cycles behind. Who cares? You know, don't be that person. If I was that person, I would have missed out on this. If I was that person as well, I would have missed out on this. Okay. Now, I know that MiHoYo probably will not buff Jing Yuan. Okay, I know that MiHoYo probably will not buff Jing Yuan, but I really hope 2 changes, if they were able to, you know, change things for Jing Yuan. I would say that, first of all, make the Lightning Lord be not affected by Jing Yuan's crowd control. Like, it's a separate entity. And the second part is, instead of giving Lightning Lord a speed buff, because right now, Jing Yuan's skill is buffed by speed, right? Here. Every time speed increase, hits per action increase by 1, you get a 10% speed buff. I think instead of giving that speed buff, they should make it so it's an action bar push, right? So every time speed hits per action increases by 1, you gain a 10%. So if you use your skill, it's a 20% action bar push. So that you know that if the Lightning Lord hits 10 stacks, Lightning Lord is going to take a turn, no matter what. No matter what. But I digress. I don't think MiHoYo will do that. But I just want to make this video because, you know, every day I wake up, I open up Reddit. The first post suggested to me is some Jing Yuan and Kafka comparison. But I honestly think he's okay. He's fine. I don't think he's bad at all. He does completely fine. He does completely fine. So, anyhow. Wow, this is probably one of the longest video I make. And it's to defend our general, Jing Yuan. So, till next time. Till next time. Goodbye. Alright. Honestly, I know that we all like pretty numbers, okay? And Kafka's numbers look way prettier. Alright, Kafka's numbers look way prettier in comparison. Because if we think about it, Jing Yuan's number being locked behind the LL means that unless LL slams it down, you are not going to see Jing Yuan's numbers combine. Whereas because of Kafka exploding the dots, you see Kafka's explosion numbers right away. Right? You see Kafka's explosion numbers right away. So it's very satisfying. It is very satisfying. Let's play some Who is better in Sim Universe? It is Kafka. Just because of how broken Nihility is. The Nihility path is really broken, and Kafka just breaks a bit too much. Alright. I mean, just... like someone said to me, it's a single-player game. Alright? You just pull for a favorite husbando waifus. Like, look at me. I went for Kafka. And now I get to see this every day. I get to see this every day. Take a look. Focus. Oh, and this makes my day better. It is pretty. Kafka is pretty broken, though. I do have to say that. So wait for the summon, and then we ult. So this is without defense down from, because I'm saving this for later. So this is without defense down. So broken. Am I still going to... yeah, you can use Pela over Silverwolf, 100%. Pela is a lot less skill hungry as well. You can definitely use him. Oh, I wanted the tingling buff. Oh, this kind of screws it up. I guess it doesn't matter, to be honest. You wish Jing Yuan's ult did more damage? Well, most of his things are behind. Most of his things are behind his LL, so it's difficult. What did I miss? You didn't miss much. Well, you already made the video, so you can just check the video after. Yeah, Tingyu and Pela is really strong. I really think Tingyu and Pela is really strong. Asta is really good too. I did want to go and build Asta. So I think Dang Heng will be a better damage dealer. Well, we need to see the multipliers. But looking at the CM multipliers, if we look at the CM multipliers, then yes. I don't know if you guys saw my video. Let me find the video 1 second. So let me mute this. Oops. Let me show you guys. So when the CM Bros reversed engineered. And welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. It's Fushan. No, Dang Heng first. Sorry, Dang Heng first. According to the drip marketing. So when the CM Bros reversed engineered Dang Heng's multipliers from the story, when we got the version 1.2, they found out that he can do 901. 901%. To reverse engineer. Like, that is a bit crazy. Like, I don't think we had a unit that had 901% multiplier. But it really depends on how often you can use that. Oh my god, they may... See, I don't know why. They make a comparison to Jing Yuan all the time. Jing Yuan is basically made into a freaking... like the base. So... I don't know. I just think it's... Jing Yuan. Oh yeah, I'm sure they will add Kiana and Mei. I'm waiting. If they add Kiana and Mei, it's insta E6. Instantly E6. No questions asked. I think they will though. I just don't know if it will be the same ones that we know, or it's like an alternate universe one. Alright, so my plan for the next few patches is basically finish my Kafka and my Sele. Right. Personally, for my Sele, it's almost near completion. My Sele is almost near completion. 3.1 1 attack, 71% crit, 228. I would like the crit rate to be a bit more, but it's okay because Fushan will solve that problem. And at E1, she already gets another 15. So technically, that's okay, but I still want to push it a bit higher if possible. So I'm still farming for that. And guys, it's not copium. It's not copium that I'm running this quantum boots. It's not copium. The reason why is because I run Silver Wolf with Kafka. So ignore the quantum damage. But Kafka will have 20% pen. Right? Because enemy will either have quantum weakness or lightning weakness, and Silver Wolf will apply the other. So Kafka will always have 20% pen. But also it's mainly because then I can farm for 2 characters at the same time. And they don't overlap. I don't need speed on Sele that much. And I don't need crit or crit damage on Kafka that much. So basically, it's perfect. It's perfect. I'm loving it. Okay, so to talk about Dang Hen, I think the CM bros are a bit more cautious this time because I don't think they want a repeat of Jing Yuan almost. They don't want to repeat where basically they think he's super overpowered. Right? It's super overpowered. But it's actually not. I'm copium. Okay, the thing is, if we look at it this way, right? I'm basically farming the exact same stage to improve 2 of my hyper carries. That's number 1. Number 2, 20% defense pen. Defense pen is a lot. And I only get defense pen right now from... Because I don't use Pela right now. So I only get it from Silver Wolf, unless I run both. So Silver Wolf's defense pen plus a 20% defense pen for Kafka almost gives nearly 100. Right? And defense pen, you actually want to hit 100. It's much better to do that than go and farm completely a new Calyx for Kafka set, which gives her DI for 10 and then 20% attack. Like, this is really good. Don't get me wrong. This is really good. But I personally will have higher chance of getting a much better endgame set from just keep farming quantum versus me diving into the lightning set. If I was farming for Kafka and Jing Yuan, I would dive into the lightning set, but I'm not. I'm farming for the Kafka. And because I will get a lot of defense buff, okay? Sorry, I'll get a lot of attack buff from sources. Either whether it be gear or I'll get it from unit buff. That the attack percentage in comparison to the 20% defense pen I get, it's negligible. Future Raiden Mei is like years down the line. It ain't happening that soon. It's probably like 2 worlds later. Because they talked about it, right? In the Famitsu interview, the next world is a furries. So no one in hell, Kiana and Raiden Mei comes to furry world. And plus, by the time Raiden Mei comes, there's probably like 2 more relic sets. There were probably 2 more relic sets coming out. So I will gladly wait. The thing is, I can just farm. Why am I farming for Right and May right now? That just does not make sense. There's at least 6 characters in between. I don't want to farm for a unit 6 banners after. What the fuck? What? I don't want to farm for a unit 6 banners after. So why don't I farm for a unit 20 banners after? And I'll have the best gear for that unit. Hands down, right? You spent $200 on Kafka, now you feel bad? Well, you should always spend within your means, I think. You know, if it's something you like, it makes you happy, then no one's really there to judge you. But if you're going into debt, or you're not putting food on the table because, you know, that's $200 to Eidolon 1, then that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, what if there's a new set that's insane for Right and May, just like how Blade's best in slot is this new HP crit set, right? So I will just farm and complete my 2 hyper carries, Sele and Kafka. Now the question is, do I pull for Dang Heng? I mean, I'm gonna pull for him. Do I E6 him is the question, I think. I don't really have resources because I kind of want to build Asta. I kind of want to build Asta. Why waste money on virtual bus? Hey, if it makes you happy, why not? If it makes you happy, why not? A lot of people spend things on things that we may think that's crazy, right? It's just all perspectives. It's just all perspectives. Look, guys, I still have... How many pulls is this? 138 plus. I still have 140,000. So it only... Yeah, I went on the tracker and it was 510 pulls to get Kafka, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna S5 her cone, I think. So we did exchange actually as well. So I think we're in a pretty good place. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird that people are... I always see people say that, oh, you shouldn't spend on this, you shouldn't spend on that. I mean... Damn. Of work to put money into some gacha games. You can't tell me what to do. That's just so whack. Honestly, I saw a lot of nerfs, buffs. I would just wait. I would just wait. Because so many things change. So many things will change. Right? By the time Dang Heng and Fushan comes, they probably... Oh, should I? They probably have gone through like another few iterations. Okay, I need to finish Kafka's Traces. Oh, for those of you that missed the naked Kafka stuff, we can probably show. I'll just have Asta hold it for now then. Just Kafka. No, naked as in no gear. Honestly, comparison to the leaks before, I think I actually like the Kafka now. But it doesn't matter. I remember I said, even if Kafka freaking heals the enemies, I would still pull for her. I would still pull for her. So this is Kafka without any relics. And then she's on her own Lycone at super position 1, E6. I didn't even... Okay, I'll give her 4% HP. And I should really upgrade this. Now that I've actually started farming it. I'll just do 5 plus 2. Not really, Nick. Guys, she doesn't have any gears on. But it's not like tits out, you know? Here we go. But this is also partly why gear doesn't affect Kafka that much, which is absolutely crazy in comparison to someone that scales much better with gear. Kafka, even with no gear, can do this, right? So strong. Why you upgraded normal tech? I want to fully upgrade her. I want to upgrade everything about Kafka. Do you pull for Jing Yuan if you have Yanking and E1? Did you build your Yanqing already? I think that's the question. Did you build him already? But I think the blind waifu is going to be so crazy. Yanking is built. I mean, you still have time, no? Oh, I should have saved this for the next rotation. Why would someone invest 2,000 USD in a single-player auto turn-based game? Well, it's the same reason why some people would buy a sports car, where they can just drive a non-sports car and get to the places they want. Like, why live in a house? Just live in a small bungalow. Sometimes I do get these very weird questions. Listen, when I used to golf a lot, okay, paying for a golf club fee membership, getting new clubs, getting a caddy, all that stuff, that was very expensive. That was very expensive. But now I don't golf anymore. I just spend it on anime waifus. And it's actually cheaper. So there we go. Why? The same question can be asked. Why do people pay so much money to go out in the sun and play golf with like a bunch of old people in front of you and behind you for 45 hours? Right? Front nine, back nine, whatever you want. Oh my god, don't kill my Kafka. Alright, here we go. Yeah, why watch football in the stadium? Why not watch it from home for free? That's right. Why even drink water? Just go to the park that has a water fountain. Oh my god. Okay, Kafka died. Thank you. Thank you for focusing on Kafka. No, I just think it's whack. I mean, I understand that people... I mean, there are lots of things I don't understand why people spend copious amounts of money on. But... I don't really care. It's their money. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Guess it didn't really matter in the end. It's funny, hilarious. Yeah, if you set a budget, you're spending responsibly, then I think it's fine. I mean, I set my budget for all the gacha games I played. We'll wait for the summon. And then we ult. And we cut in, basically. If you don't have Sample or Luca, you don't... Okay, hear me out. I actually don't think you need Sample or Luca. They make it... I think they make it really, really good, the team. But I honestly don't think you need Sample or Luca. Because, personally, for me... Oh, they should have died. That's not good. Personally, for me, one of the reasons why I didn't want to really get Kafka initially was because I didn't think that I would be able to build Sample or Luca. But it's totally okay to not. If I E here, I don't, right? Try to save. Yeah. This is perfect. You were clearing Memory Chaos 17 stars, and after getting Kafka, it's 30 stars. The Kafka effect is crazy. I think I just ult now. Oh, I should have ulted with Pela. Not Pela, Silver Wolf first. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, I definitely should have. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. And that was not what I wanted to do either. I'm reading chat, so I'm not paying attention. Jing Yuan and Fushan priority? I think Fushan is gonna be very popular. Actually, I don't know. Do you guys think Fushan is... Sorry. Jingliu is gonna be more popular than Fushan? Can Clara be considered? I don't think Clara can be considered as a hyper carry. No. Oh, I have to normal attack here. No. Oh, this is tough. Let's break here. I think I can do it. Did you miss the well? No, we went e6 yesterday. Do you think MiHoYo has been making things rather... Goddamn. Do you think MiHoYo has been making things rather balanced? Okay, you're the carry now. Never mind. Baidu, you're the carry now. Okay, alright. Let's just play a bit more safe, shall we? Okay, here we go. Sam is a cool character. Is that the one in the armor? Okay, the naked Kafka run that was done on the CM Bros. That was Pela, Tingyun, and Bronya. Okay, like full offense. You didn't need to worry about survival. You just basically go all in. I want some survival. This is such an awkward position to be. Almost every new character release is good. What has been disappointing for you so far? Has anything been just like, oh wow, that looks ass? Well, I guess, Jing. So, why can we just never escape the Jing Yuan? The Jing Yuan life. Oops, I forgot to buff. I guess it's okay. You know what? One day we're gonna get like an insane. One day we're gonna get an insane Jingyuan new version or buff or something. Jingyuan is gonna He is definitely gonna tell you guys what's up. Alright, no more. No more. So I don't need to apply anything, right? Is new Dangheng LC dependent? I don't know. I mean, I know, or maybe I don't. I don't know. Sometimes I forget I'm not supposed to talk about leaks. You know. Sometimes I do forget I'm not supposed to talk about leaks. We just have dreams. Wow, I have to basic attack here. Yeah, I think the Lightning Lord's mechanism... Is it too much copium to think after version 1.2 they will release a Jing Yuan patch and Jing Yuan will be buffed? Because he was so crucial in the story, and then if something happens to the Lightning Lord, we get an upgraded Lightning Lord. Right? We get an upgraded Lightning Lord. And God, I can't even say this with a straight face. We get an upgraded Lightning Lord that is immune to CC. Why not? With the copium? Something must happen. Okay, what happens in Genshin when the older units that are power crept or something, do they still get... Oh, someone's at the door. Oh guys, I forgot, I have a prior appointment. I need to go open the door. Thanks for coming to the stream. I'm gonna have to end this here. I totally forgot there was a prior appointment. Peace guys, have a great day. Thanks.